Hi, I'm William. I'm 28 years old. I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at the age of 21. William precancer was your typical college adolescent male. I was driven, a go-getter, very achievement focused, I would say. I was very social on campus, part of different clubs, Spanish club. I was part of our business programs. I had a lot of things going for me at the time. So when I got diagnosed, this was maybe 2 weeks after my birthday. Not even. I had literally just turned 21. I really just thought I was sick. They told me I had mono. At the time, my throat was like almost swollen shut. That led to a 5-day or 4 days of laying in bed, just trying to rest, eat, and shower, take care of myself. I went out into the kitchen to grab a bottle of water, and I couldn't open our fridge. My roommate told me that I was just in some delirium. He's like, "We're going to the ER right now." When we get to the ER, they started doing tests, and how many ever minutes later, the doctor runs in and says, "Hey, we have an issue." My organs had already started shutting down. My kidneys were failing. I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It was B-cell. I was treated with regular induction phase chemo as soon as I was diagnosed. I went into my first remission after roughly 6 months of induction phase chemo and immunotherapy. That got me into my first remission for about 6 months. And then from there, I relapsed for my first time, where I was no longer MRD negative. I went back to get another dose of immunotherapy, which did work, which was great, which put me back into remission for about 3 months. Over that next, I would say 6 months to 8 months, I spent doing different chemo cocktails, immunotherapy. Our goal was just to get me back into a relative remission state so we could start a stem cell transplant. Leading up to the transplant, they have 1 week of really hard chemo and radiation, and then you do the stem cell transplant. I'd like to say cancer is behind me, but it's not. I live in this realm. I don't personally consider myself cancer-free. I will consider that at the 10-year mark for myself because I want to make sure that thing's away. I have a multidisciplinary oncologist that I also see right now every 6 months, who is PET scanning me, ultrasounding me, doing a full workup, blood, etc., to make sure I'm all right. I do a lot of work with Blood Cancer United, American Cancer Society, those types of groups. I feel a lot of fulfillment from because I know they directly impact cancer patients and help them in ways that I needed help during my treatment. I think a lot about actually where I'm headed now. I am no longer ignorant to my morality, and that causes me to make different decisions than many other people at my stage in life right now. I pay a lot more attention to my health and making sure that my job is great and I'm not stressed and I'm fulfilled in what I do. Something I'd say to other ALL and AYA patients would be sure to kind of advocate for yourself in that, ask for all the options. Recognize how hard it is, recognize what you're going through. I know everyone's experience is going to be vastly different in different ways, shapes, forms. Keep fighting,